There's an old phrase to describe difficulty in getting around as we age, a little hitch in your get-along. But if your horse has the same problem, the answer could be acupuncture, as we learned this week in Fred Hunter's Alabama.
I grew up on a beef cattle farm there with my family, and we raised it's a cow-calf production farm, and we raised hay. Went to Mississippi State, got my doctorate of veterinary medicine, and graduated in 2015 and realized that something was missing in my practice and my portfolio of what I could do for medicine-wise with some of these dogs that were coming in and were sore or painful or even paralyzed. And I started looking into some different modalities of medicine and what we could do. So from there I started a program called it's called IVAS, is the International Veterinary Acupuncture Society.
Dr. Emily Beeson's practice of veterinary acupuncture may be relatively new, but the history behind the science is actually ancient.
About 3,000 years ago, in China and Japan, they were doing it for medicinal purposes. The ancient Chinese civilization and Jesus had it going on because they figured out all these points, and I'm just here to implement them. Say an animal, say a dog, from the eye to the tip of the tail are points, like meridians is what we call them. I like to think about it in my head as like the trunks of a tree that you can't see. There's little lines all over your body. And those ancient civilizations figured that out somehow.
Dr. Beeson's use of ancient science may be relatively new to the veterinary world. There are other methods used here at Covenant Farm which are old, yet still effective and for the good of the animals.
I am a gated clinician, and I travel around and help folks that want to use a natural horsemanship approach to the gated horse instead of all the, some of the tricks and things gadgets that have been on the market for the last 50 or 75 years.
Jessica and Rick Hayes own the hitching post at Covenant Farms, just outside Moulton in northwest Alabama. Being from Kentucky means horses are part of their heritage.
At the university in Kentucky, I taught an equine administration class. And the whole goal was, how do you make a living on a farm? How can a farm make a profit? And for 4 years, all of my students' final projects came back that you had to have some sort of event venue. And we knew we wanted an event venue, that the horses were gonna always be a part of our lives. They always had been. So Dr. Beeson we were blessed to find her here.
One of my youngest acupuncture clients was a friend from the Coleman area, and she brought me a 5-week-old baby horse, a foal. And then I have 35-year-old horses that get acupuncture for arthritis. So combined, I think acupuncture alone is fantastic. Combined with the chiro adjustments for a lot of my senior patients, that combination together works really well. I use Eastern modalities of medicine, chiro, to integrate into my Western practice of medicine.
The best of both worlds.
The best of both worlds.
Winston Churchill famously said, the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a man, but what about the good of the horse? Well, that's what they're all about here at Covenant Farms. Some of the methods they use are old, others are ancient, but they're simply Southern ways of doing things for the four-legged members of Fred Hunter's Alabama family.
Dr. Beeson's clinic is located in Russellville, and appointments are recommended.
Now, the hitching post at Covenant Farms is also a wedding venue. The barn-style setting surrounded by horses adds an extra layer of fun for brides and grooms.
When Simply Southern continues, we'll have our latest rural roundup of agricultural news of interest to farmers and consumers.
Life isn't always a fastball down the middle. It's full of curveballs, sliders, and changeups. Having Alpha by your side is a game changer. No matter what life throws your way, we've got you covered. When everything's on the line and every second counts, we'll be there knocking it out of the park, getting you back home safe and sound. That's life with Alpha Insurance.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
Welcome to Farm Bureau Bank. This is our lobby, and these are our tellers, our drive-through, With us, your local branch is you. You need the utility off-road version of those soft city banks, one that understands the freedom you need and the hassles you don't. So join us and enjoy the best of what life out here can be. Farm Bureau Bank, not just branches, roots.
Hey y'all, I'm Kim Earwood with Alabama Ag in the Classroom. Gardens grow in patches, pots, beds, boxes, and bogs. And in this week's Miss Kim's Book Corner, you'll even find them on a roof. Lynn's rooftop garden is teeming with fresh fruits and veggies, but it's blueberries that are on the menu for her family brunch party. Knowing that they're round, crowned, and blue, Lynn sets off into the garden to explore. From gooseberries to broccoli and bananas to peaches, she discovers the wealth of goodness growing in her garden, but can't find any blueberries. Is Lynn's brunch party ruined? You'll have to read the book to see. You can find this book and others like it at agfoundation.org/books. Miss Kim's Book Corner is brought to you by Alabama Ag in the Classroom. See you next time.